Hey, what's up, guys and gals? It's Rob Lee. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, as I always do. I appreciate your support in the comments. It means a lot to me. Wanted to make a video, and I'm trying to get away from doing as many videos about Mohammedans. And yeah, it's certainly still something that I'm going to follow every day, because they're a strong arm of the evil that's trying to destroy us. But we also need to look at the head of this creature that's trying to destroy us. And I wanted this video to talk about some money, thievery, and our future. On September the 10th, 2001, Donald Rumsfeld said, the day before 9/11, he went on TV and said that according to some estimates, we cannot, and I'm quoting him, we cannot track 2.3 trillion, and that's trillion with a T. He said we cannot track 2.3 trillion in transactions from the Pentagon. Rumsfeld admitted for the first time about the the trillions that he had noticed that were missing from the defense agency's balance sheets. And he went on to say it's the Pentagon bureaucracy. Rumsfeld promised change, but the next day, September 11th, things did change. We had September 11th and the destruction of the Twin Towers and Building 7 and a hole in the Pentagon. So things did change, and the stolen 2.3 trillion, and I'll put that in perspective at the end of the video, and you'll be shocked when I put that into perspective of how large a figure that is, because most of us, ordinary people, who in the hell can, it's hard for us to wrap our heads around trillions. But at the end of the video, toward the end, I'll put that in proper perspective. It'll shock you and anger you. Let's move ahead to 2016. Center for Research on Globalization, August 16th, 2016. Pentagon cannot account for $6.5 trillion. This glaring report by the Center for Research on Globalization revealed that the Pentagon, the United States, the DoD, Department of Defense, could not account for $6.5 trillion. All right, well, let's move ahead to just a week ago. Let's move ahead to March 2017. It's been reported and accepted that $10 trillion is unaccounted from the Pentagon, and the Department of Defense has no idea where it's gone. Same routine going back 16 years ago, 15 years ago, and some people even say this goes back to the 90s. Quite frankly, it goes back far longer than that, man. If you really want to get into when they started robbing us blind, you can go back to when the Federal Reserve was built. Same routine, same thieves, same imposters, the children of the serpent. So, how many trillions of dollars is that? I mean, really, mind-blowing. And, you know, when I went and read the articles and looked into it at some of the pricing that they had done, overcharging, the Pentagon ordered a bunch of pens for its employees. It's a $9 pen that you can get $10 on the internet. It's an aluminum pen. They charged $2,286 for this pen. So I went to the internet and I looked it up. I found the pen. I can get it from Japan for $9.86. Of course, you can't get it in the United States, because we know we can't have anything made here in the United States. It just can't happen. $2,300 for a $10 pen. What's that, a 230% markup? That's awfully good, man. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, $2,300 for a pen when it costs $10, so you sell it for $2,290 more than it's worth, and then you order these pens in mass bulk. I mean, that right there, at $2,300 profit for each pen, That made somebody a millionaire. Easy. Just that simple. And I guarantee you, he lives in New York, London, or Tel Aviv. Let's put it in perspective, shall we? The federal government, our country, owes our debt. Our national debt is between 15 and 18 trillion dollars, depending on who's given the figure, right? I mean, but what the hell is a few trillion here and there, right? Now, that's roughly to the value of all the goods and services that the U.S. economy produces in 1 year, because we don't produce the way we used to, because all the jobs have gone to China, Pakistan, India, and Mexico, Cambodia, the Philippines. If our national debt is between 15 and 18 trillion, and if we look at the numbers, that the money that has been stolen from the Pentagon, you almost come up to that, don't you? Yeah, you sure as hell do. So, when we look at our national debt could be paid off. Our national debt could be paid off. Now, the world is walking away from the dollar. Slowly, other countries are walking away from the dollar. It just doesn't carry the weight that it used to. We could pay off our national debt. Every working person in this country would receive, if we were to get this money back, even a low-level working person, and I'm not trying to put anybody down, if you're just an average worker, man, you would get tens of thousands of dollars back for what you've put in. Imagine what you could do if you got a $20,000 tax check tomorrow saying, hey, the government stole this from you. Here it is back to you. Folks, listen to me. And I want you to listen to me well. Our time of reckoning is coming in the United States and Canada. And I'm calling out to Canada too. I want you to listen to me. We are being invaded, poisoned, and stolen from daily. They do it right to your face, and they dare us to complain. This was foretold to us, just as everything else was thousands of years ago. It should choke the smiles from your TV watching faces. And now, I want to ask you people, what do we do about it? I want you to look at something here. Now, the same people who have stole, raped and pillaged and destroyed this country from the inside out also created the Patriot Act. Now, if you look at the Patriot Act, I'll put it up here for you. I went online and found this. Read what it says down here. I want you to read this with me. And this is the U.S. Patriot Act, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. And let's read. I know the lettering is small, please forgive me, but let's read. The purpose of the USA Patriot Act is to deter and punish terrorist acts in the United States and around the world, to enhance law enforcement, investigatory tools, and other purposes, some of which include to strengthen U.S. measures to prevent, detect, and prosecute international money laundering and financing of terrorism. These son of a bitches are the ones who are stealing it from you. They're writing the laws, then breaking the laws. I mean, the game that they're playing with you is so diabolical, so devilishly cruel, man, that the only way to break free from this is to go back to your Father and separate. This is why Jesus Christ said you have to be ye separate from this world. I understand you have to work in it, you got to eat, sleep, you have to do all that, but you don't have to really be a part of it mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Physically, yes, man, you have to be a part of it, but you don't have to be tied to it mentally. You don't have to be tied to it mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. You do not have to be a part of it. Let's finish reading. It's not even worth reading, man. This is what they wrote. The people that stole these trillions of dollars are the same people that wrote this shit. Don't you see? Don't you see what they do to you right to your face? And they tell you, we don't care because we know that you won't do anything. Let me ask you people, Who of you is going to confront them? Who of us is going to make it better? What can we do to get the money back? What's going to come of it? Nothing. Shit. Nothing's going to come of it. Okay, let's be honest. Let's quit bullshitting. Nothing's going to happen. Like when I see all the so-called badasses come on my channel and they're talking about we're going to have a war and we're going to take back the country. No, you're not, man. And I know some badasses, man. I really do. I know some former cops, some military people. I have a friend in New York who was in the special forces. I mean, these are some fighting people, man. They're just a few people. And I know how armed this country is. This is a well-armed country, and people that aren't afraid to get down. I understand this, man. Really, I'm one of them. People that aren't afraid to say, "Look, you want to get down and do it, we'll do it." This is the internal war. Okay. The war that I'm talking about is against a being, a power, that our guns are useless. Don't you understand? It's useless. How are you going to go and confront the creatures that stole trillions of dollars from you and took $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 from each of you, some of you more? They don't give a shit. They will laugh at you. They will ignore you. For us to get back, for us to fight back, we have but one option. And this is what I want to explain to you people. I'm not trying to be rude to you, man. I'm trying to reach out to you because I care about you. Because you are my family, my brothers and my sisters. If for us to take this ball and chain, for us to break these ropes that are tied around us, we have to go back to our only option. We have one option, people. One. That's it, man. We're not going to make the country better. Think about this. The same people that have stole these trillions of dollars from us, they poison our air. I mean, the air that we breathe is poisoned. The food that we eat is laced with enough chemicals to start a fire. The water that we put into our bodies, the water that we wash with, man, has fluoride and chemicals in it. In other countries in Europe, they don't have this shit. Just us. Don't you see? The war is on you. You are the last vestige. You are the last citadel, and they are hell bent on destroying you, the United States and Canada. We have one option left. One. It's not in the church, because the church is a lost brood of vipers, and many good people are going to come out of the church. They're going to come out of it. They will come back to the Father, but it won't be through the church, because the Father is not in the church. Jesus Christ, the Son, is not in the church. He hasn't been in the church in a long time. At one time, yes, he was. The church was true. She has been a false harlot for a long time. What's going to happen is this, people. We're one incident away from something bad galvanizing this country to lose power, water, internet. And most of you don't even know that Trump said, you can Google it. Trump said that one of the ways to stop terrorism would be to shut down the internet. For all you Trump lovers, and for all of you who think Trump is your savior and not Jesus Christ, one of the things that Trump said of how to shut down terrorism and Muslims would be to shut down the internet. Imagine that, if he were to shut down the internet. Just something that you may want to look into. He was actually on video saying it. I have the video. I can't play it because I'm not sure, because of now with the copyright, I'm not sure if I could actually play it or not, but I certainly have it. We're going to suffer the way many other countries around this world have suffered in terms of water, food, and we have brought it on ourselves. You see, we have turned into a lazy, complacent people, selfish, greedy. We've turned our back on our Creator, and He's going to let us get our ass whipped. And you can say you don't believe it. Listen to me, I could give two shits less, and I'm not being rude with you, man. I'm being for real. I don't care if you believe it. I know it's the truth. No, I don't believe, because I know what the word believe means. That means you lend to. I'm not lending it thought. I know it's a fact, man. We are going to have our ass handed to us because it's already happening. Do you know what the word capital means? The Capitol, yeah, in D.C. Your cap is your head. Tal. Tal means tally. Do you understand? Tally. Head count. Head, tally, to count. Head count, because we are all numbered. You see, we are cattle to these motherfuckers. Is that any clearer for you? God forbid, I hate to start cursing, man, but for some of you, I feel like I have to bust you upside the head with some cuss words to be able to get you to listen, man. Do you understand how they really see you? To them, you're nothing but you're an animal to them, man. That's it. And the only way, God forgive me for cursing, man. The only way that we can fight back, our only option, is Jesus Christ. Don't you get it? Do you think these you know what? Do you think they want to get into a contest with the Almighty Father? He will dribble them like a basketball, and they know it. What they fear from you is not our guns, man. They fear our prayers. They don't want us to unite in prayer. They don't want the atheist or the guy who's sitting on the fence. They don't want him to go back to his Father and say, Jesus, I need you. I don't know much, but I need you, and I want to come home. That's what scares the shit out of them, man. That's why they infiltrated the church and took it over. Your Almighty Father said in the Old Testament that the day would come that he would make things so hard for his children. And many of you are his children. You don't even know it. You could be the biggest atheist in the world and be a child of the Father and just not know it yet, because he hasn't cut your light on and said, hey, Joe, John, hey, Susie, hey, honey, you belong to me. You've always belonged to me. You just didn't know it. And when that happens to you, man, it'll be a hell of a moment for you. I mean, it's a beautiful moment when that happens, man. It really is. The Father said he was going to make things so hard that he would make his children who had denied him cry out to him. Think about that for a minute. He's going to make it so hard on us. Well, not on all of us, because some of us, we already go to him. We're already under his wings, man. That's where we live. Many of you, no, you're not there, and you're like, I'm not going there. Well, listen to me. Listen to me good. When you start going without food, water, medicine, you get sick, you have to watch your little child sick without food, water, you will start crying out. You will start saying, Jesus. And you'll start crying, please, Father. And it's coming. They're robbing you, poisoning, killing you, and invading your country. And all we do is make comments about what we're going to do. And notice that shit has not been done. Nothing will get done until we get on our knees, or we bow our head, open up our Bible, and start saying, Father, please, please, Father, I'm begging you, please help me. I'm sorry for being wrong. Help me. And watch the Almighty Father start hearing those prayers and going to work. Even if it's just in individual lives, man, watch him start going to work. If you want to really watch the Father work, take the key, put it in the door, and open it up and watch and let him work in your life, man. Let him work in your life. And if you need help, I'm here for you, man. There's still lots of good people in this world who will help you. Take care. I love you guys. Forgive me for cussing. I don't like doing that. I really don't. But sometimes I get so pissed off that some of you I just want to grab and I just want to shake. I do. I just want to shake the shit out of you, man. I just do. If you could see what I see, it would all be so clear to you what we're dealing with. Listen to me, man. They're not like us. They're not people. They have a bloodline that goes back thousands and thousands of years. They have a different father than you. They have a different DNA makeup. Why do you think they're so evil? I love you guys. I'll put out more videos soon. I promise. I love you guys. Take care of one another. Please go back to your Father. Go back to your King. I love you guys. Take care, man.